In this video we will look at a straight line and we draw it by using a table. This is the most tedious way to do a straight line, is by setting up a table, but it is a useful method for setting up or to draw any function when we have a formula, so we can even use it for initially drawing other functions like parabola, hyperbolas, trigonometric functions, etc. to get an idea of the shape of that function. So the straight line, we call it a linear function because we have x to the power of 1. So linear is for a line, so it's a straight line, and first of all we must make sure that it's in the standard form. In this case we have y equal to mx plus c. This is already in the standard form because there's 1 on the left hand side and the rest on the right hand side. So then we choose x values, which we remember is our independent variables, that's why we can choose it, and then we enter it in the first row of the table. So we are normally interested in what's happening on the y-axis and the x-axis. So let us start in the center with x equal to 0, and then add plus 1 and plus 2, and then on the left hand side minus 1, minus 2. Then we have 5 values. We can pick any values. Sometimes we pick it to make our calculations easier, but this is just because it's independent, we can choose it as we want. So if I now break up this formula 4x minus 1 into 2 parts by first multiplying the 4 times x, then we get minus 2 times 4, which is equal to minus 8, minus 1 times 4, which is equal to negative 4, 0 times 4, which is equal to 0, and 4 times 1 equal to 4, and 4 times 2 equal to 8. We still have to subtract the 1 there, so minus 8 minus 1 gives us minus 9, minus 4 minus 1 gives us negative 5, 0 minus 1 gives us minus 1, 4 minus 1 gives us 3, and 8 minus 1 gives us 7. If we check here from there to there, we will see we have to add 4 to get to the next point. Here we have to add 4 to get to the next point, add 4 to get to the next point, add 4 to the next point. So if you check it like that, then you know your calculations are also correct. And this 4 coincide with the 4 there. Good, so this is now our coordinates. So we have an x value of minus 2 and a y value of minus 9. We've used 5 values here, but normally we just need 2 points to draw a straight line. But we can draw a straight line through any 2 points, and it will always be a straight line. But to make sure that we have the one that we want to draw, that specific one, we need at least 3 points. We can now simplify this table by just doing the 3 values in the center. So 4 times 0 is 4 minus 1, and 4 times 1 is 4, minus 1 gives us 3, 4 times minus 1 is minus 4, minus 1 gives us minus 5, which coincide with the values that we had just now. Is exactly the same values that we had before. So now we have 3 values. I've prepared a grid here with just so that we can easily plot these points, and I've also listed the coordinates here. Remember, we always denote the x first and then the y, and on our horizontal axis we will have all the x values, the independent variables, and on the y-axis we will have all our dependent variables. So if I plot the first point there, we can assume that the scale is 1 unit per block. Notice think it will still fit in there. In this case, -1 will be here. So if I want to plot the point -1, -5, I must make a dot here, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. I must make a dot there. If I want to plot the points 0, -1, then x is 0 and y is -1, so it will be a dot there. And if I plot the next point, which is 1, 1, 2, 3, then it will be there. If I now take my ruler, then I can join the 3 points, and it should all 3 should lie on the same straight line. So normally we will then just put an arrow to show that it continues to the top, and we can put an arrow at the bottom, and then we will label the graph by writing the name, which is y equal to 4x minus 1. Since the table method is tedious, we normally just use it once to show that we get the straight line by using those coordinates that we worked out from the formula.